Hi everyone and welcome back to Northwestern Models TV, and today I'm going to show you a really simple kit from Skytrex. It's in O gauge and it's their oil drums and hand pumps kit. So let's get stuck into it. So let's get stuck into the kit then. And with the typical Skytrex packaging, let's see what we've actually got inside. So in here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 resin barrels, picture sheet to show us what we should have or how it should end up, and we also have a little bag full of white metal parts and components. And in here we've got, there's two different types of pump for this particular kit. We have this type, which is like a lever pump, and we also have another one which is this type, which is a windy type pump. So what I'll do is I'll make up one of each type, because there's two of each type from the kit, and that way, you know, it's just a bit quicker so you can see what needs to be done. So let's put one of each to one side. We also get in the kit two little funnels as well, which are attached to white metal sprues, so they'll need cleaning up. Again, I'll just pop them to one side for the time being. So the first job is going to be to tidy up the components to get rid of any flash that happened to be on there. And there's quite a little, there's not a lot, but there is a little bit on there. And to do that, I'm going to use the craft knife and some needle files. If you've seen plenty of our videos before, you'll know exactly how to do this. It's very simple. You just get rid of the bits that you don't need on there. So I'll do that, and then we're ready to start putting it together. Right, now that didn't take very long at all. Now looking at the picture diagram, we can see that the ends of the oil pumps, they are quite long, but they need to be bent around. Now because they're white metal, they will bend fairly easily, and all I'm going to do is use a small pair of flat nose pliers and just very carefully just start to ease the end around so it sort of curves in a nice shape, a nice bend to it, so it curves around up and over itself, relatively tight. Just take your time with it, and you know, straighten up if you need to, so you've got a nice sort of hook shape on there, which hopefully you can see there as it's formed on that one nicely now. Just pull it around as you need to. And the other type, again with the hand cranky pump one, again it's the same principle, just very carefully bend the ends around so it's got a nice finish on the end of it. Because it's easier to do this now to get the shape right than it will be when they're attached to the barrels. So now I've got those done. The next task is going to be to make these so that they're stronger. Now in reality, these oil pumps have a very long spout on the bottom, which goes right to the bottom of the oil drum. So you know, the logical thing would be to make it in the same way, which additionally will also make it a lot stronger as a kit rather than just sticking it on the end. So on the end of the oil drum, or the top of the oil drum as it will be, you should be able to see a very small dot, which essentially represents the filler plug, and it's also actually the location of where these pumps will go. So what I'm actually going to do is, because these are made of resin, these oil drums, I'm going to drill out right where that plug hole, where that plug is, drill down deep enough so that the pump will go in to the part that it needs to, which will then set everything at the right height, but it will also make sure that if you know these get knocked and bashed about, perhaps when you're track cleaning or something like that, it also means that the pump's not going to go flying across the layout somewhere, never to be seen again. So what I'm going to use to drill it out is a a pin vise drill, so it's a manual drill, you have to do it by hand, with a very small drill bit in as a pilot, and then I'm going to go up for size to the right size which matches the bottom of the pump, so it's a nice snuggish fit within the resin. And it's really simple to just get started with it. Just line up your smaller drill right in the centre as you can with the drill, and you quite simply you just start drilling with it. So I'm going to get on with this. I'm going to do both of them at the same time, well, one after each other, and then I'll show you how to stick it all together. Now you might ask, well, how far down do you go with it? Well, you drill it out as far down as you need to drill it out, quite simply. And if you go a little bit too far, that's not a problem. And again, if it's a little bit too short, again, that's not a problem, because you can just drill a little bit further, just to get it extra little bit. It's just a little bit of trial and error, and because, as I said, these oil drums are made of resin, it's easy enough and a soft enough material to drill them out, so we can see basically how they're going to look now. If them in there, and all we're going to do to fix them in place is quite simply use some of the Deluxe Materials Rocket Rapid super glue, and just all I'm going to do is put a blob of it just over the hole that we've just drilled, as this is going to serve it in two functions, in that the first being it will obviously glue it in place, but as we put the pump into it, it's going to push the glue right down into the hole with it, so it's going to actually glue it all the way up that little shaft. So I've popped that one in there, and I'll do the same with the other one. Like so, and there we are. Nice and simple, job's done. So there we are, that's how to assemble the very, very simple kit of oil drums with pumps on them. All that's required now is a coat of paint. Oil drums typically are probably going to be blue in colour. The mechanisms for the pumps, they're probably going to be black, in all fairness. Again, the same with the funnels, I would paint them black. I've actually attached them to the top of two of the barrels so they don't get lost. And that's a typical place for them to be left anyway. But this kit is ideal really for anywhere around a locomotive depot, be it modern image or even back in the steam age. You know, you did find these around back then as well. So, you know, it's quite applicable for a number of different layouts and scenarios. So anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and also do make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well, because we have plenty more how to make it videos on the way, and as always, we're always going to have lots of new products coming in stock, which of course I love to share with you as well. So until next time, happy modelling!